I know no one has time to read nowadays. I'm always trying to kind of do that activity in the morning before everyone wakes up. So if you are like me and if you manage to get up an hour, it's obviously perfect, but even half an hour before everyone's awake, then you'll find the time to read. And I already did one video to cover a little bit of this book, but I decided to do one more because now I found more time to actually read it and go through it, because the first time I listened to it on Audible, and definitely not the same receptors work when you listen and when you read. I find that I memorize much better when I read because I tend to highlight things. So if you are like me, then besides listening the book on Audible, it's pretty cool. I like it. It's from my favorite YouTuber, Ali. And I wanted to cover in this video 3 major parts that he covers in this book. Maybe that's going to push you to buy it because it's definitely a guide. It is a guide for me, and I keep reopening it. No matter what page you open it at, you can understand it. I enjoy it. I like it. So let's go over the 3 methods to improve your productivity that Ali Abdaal goes over in this book. So part number 1, which are the Energizers, it's power, play, and people. These are 3 major pillars on what your productivity stands on. These are the positive side of the productivity. So obviously people, it's networking. You need to really be genuine when you make relationships, when you meet new people that are going to help you in your journey, maybe who are on the same path as you are. And we really are underestimating the power of connections. We are human beings. We're not meant to function and to prosper and to grow a business by ourselves. It's usually someone's word of encouragement, someone's advice, someone's comment on our business or what we're trying to build and be productive in is going to make that much of a difference. So people is one of the major points that it's covered in this book, and I definitely agree with that. People are one of the most important and major factors when it comes to growing a business and being productive. Play, again, he talks a lot about what it would look like if I was doing this task, like it was fun. Like maybe you would like to have some music in the background. Maybe you would like to have your favorite show on mute and just on screen. Maybe you would like a snack or a certain atmosphere to be sitting in a coffee shop. It's always very important to include play as part of your day-to-day activities. If you are an entrepreneur or you're trying to build something and you're trying to be productive, identifying what kind of a player you are and what would make you that much more excited about the work that you're about to do, then it's going to be that much more fun and you won't even feel how the time goes by. And I definitely experienced this firsthand when I have some music on or when I have a certain light on, or I know there's not going to always be the perfect time and the perfect surroundings for your productivity to kick in. But if you get a chance to make your environment and where you work and where you spend the majority of your hours much more inviting, definitely there's going to be fun incorporated in your productivity, in your day-to-day tasks, in your work. So there are 8 types of players. There's the collector, the competitor, the storyteller, the creator, the joker, the director, and the kinesthetic one. Try to identify which one are you. Another very important point that Ali covers is power. It means being confident. Being confident that you are doing the right thing, being confident that you are meant to build something for yourself. The confidence is what makes the difference, because if you are going to doubt every step of the way of what you're doing, there's always going to be that thought that it's going to stop you to some degree and not let you take that extra risk, extra step, ask for extra help. Reach out to someone, try to find an investor. You are going to be that much more shy, and maybe some people are looking for business like yours, or are looking for ideas like yours, or looking for a person like you. But because you're so introverted and so shy, there's no confidence, you might miss out on the biggest opportunities of your life. Okay, so we covered 3 things, which are the Energizers. It's power, play, and people. Now let's go over the blockers. Uncertainty, fear, and inertia. Uncertainty. I watched a lot of interviews on YouTube, and every successful person is uncertain up to this day. There is never going to be 100% confidence in every step you take, because that 1% of uncertainty is what's going to keep you grounded, what's going to kind of shake you and tell you, you know what, you're not going to always feel 100% confident in any decision you make. But I heard someone say that if it goes over 50% and you know that this is what you should be doing, then that's already enough to make that decision. So it's never going to be 100%. Sometimes it's going to be 75, sometimes it's going to be 80, it's going to be 99, it's going to be 60. There's always going to be that part of you that is going to kind of tap you on the shoulder and like, oh, you know what? This might go good, and I'm very confident that it will go good. But there's a chance that it's not going to turn out good, and I'm willing to take that chance. That's where the confidence is coming in. You definitely need to be confident to a very big degree in the decisions you're making. Fear, obviously, we all fear something, some kind of steps, some kind of outcome, some kind of person, not hypothetical person, I mean, even to meet a greater version of ourselves. That's why maybe we're stopping so early in our journey and giving up. It's like me and this YouTube. I was really close a couple of times of giving up and just stopping. And then I was always coming back to the same idea. Then when, if not now? And who, if not me? That's where, to a certain degree, my confidence comes into play, because I know that some of my videos can actually benefit someone and can be valuable, and I'm being as transparent as I can, and I'm being as honest as I can, and I'm not hurting anyone, so why not do it? Why not have it as a hobby? Why not improve your self-confidence? Because being on camera and having a YouTube channel is definitely increasing your confidence. You are improving your vocabulary. You feel that much more articulate. You feel that much more sure of yourself to some degree, not to a narcissistic way. So yeah, I definitely know what fear is, and I was really fearful starting this YouTube channel. I'm fearful every time I need to make a video that it's going to be a waste of someone's time, that it's going to be a waste of my time. And I'm always going back to the same thought, besides the fact that who else and when, if not now, is there's a reason that I'm inclined to that extent to do this. There's a reason that I still do it. There's a reason that I keep going on. So once I think about this, my fear kind of simmers down. So definitely you should work on that and try to understand, come to the bottom of it. Why are you fearful of the things, and why you should do thing you're mostly fearful of? Inertia, most of us are built this way that we want to resist change, that we're so comfortable where we are, we're so comfortable of what we do. It's kind of hard to make that first step and to move out of your comfort zone. I'm still in total shock that I live in another country. I always considered myself to be such a comfort over new adventures to some degree person. I was thinking, I'm fine with where I am and I'm comfortable here and I don't want to go anywhere else. But man, doesn't it make a difference? Like, you definitely grow as a person, you grow as a human being, you grow on so many levels. I'm still going over all of the steps that I took in order to move. And I was very much like that for the 20 years that I lived in the country that I did. I lived in Canada. For 20 years, I was comfortable. I never even thought about moving countries. If someone would have told me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, Valentina, you're going to move when you're 40, you're not going to be living in Canada, I would have definitely not believed that. So you never know what's coming your way, and don't let inertia stop you. Try to move out of that comfort zone, even if it's just a little step. You don't need to, plunge and move countries, but a little step out of your comfort zone, out of what you think you should be doing, is definitely going to be a big thing for your productivity and for your business. Going back to Ali's book, he's going over 3 ways on how to bring that energy back: conserve, align, and recharge. You really need to conserve your energy, and I find that I can handle a certain amount of people a day. Anything past that, I start to get irritated. I feel like I won't have the energy and the time for my children, for myself, for my projects, for my business. So I always try to minimize, and that's not to be said in any disrespect towards my family, my friends, but I'm really minimizing the time I spend talking to other people. Again, with all due respect, I don't want it to come across that I'm being a prude, but I feel like if I spend that much time and that many minutes in the day talking to someone else as opposed to talking to maybe my toddlers or talking to myself or doing something within my family circle, it drains my energy. Some people give me a little bit of a boost and inspiration. Some people drain me. It's an exchange of energy. It's fine. Maybe I drain some people sometimes, or maybe I encourage and inspire some people sometimes. So it's always a circle. So you're not gonna always be that person that gives energy. Sometimes you're gonna be in a bad mood and you're just gonna need to talk to someone. But I choose very much how I conserve my energy and how I stay away from too much of a doing, too much of a talking, too many, I would say, fluctuations in my mood throughout the day. I'm really working hard on it, and my partner keeps telling me that I exert myself with that much emotion into every little thing, but I'm an emotional woman. There's not much I can do about it to change it. So these days, I'm trying to really kind of slow down a little bit and simmer down my energy levels so I have enough battery until the end of the day. Recharge, whatever you do to recharge, make sure you do it on a daily basis. For me, it's a nap. I know it sounds a little bit privileged, but I worked hard to be where I am, and I worked hard to be able to afford myself a nap during the day. And I know for some people it might come across as, look at her, nothing else to do. But this nap gives me power to go on until the end of the day, until all children are in their beds, fed and bathed, and everything is done and the house is ready to go to sleep. So for me, it's like a break in my shifts. I do whatever I do in the morning. I try to be productive. I always stretch and work out, which you should too. So for me, my recharging is my half an hour nap. Whatever it is for you, try to be consistent with it and you will see very good results. Again, going back to consistency in everything. Even in your rest, in your recharging, you need to be consistent. Then your body is gonna get adjusted and your body is gonna know, okay, I can exert and I can waste that much energy for the first half of the day because I know I'm gonna get my rest and I'll have enough energy until the end of the day. Maybe for you it's reading, maybe for you it's a walk, maybe it's a bike ride. Whatever it is, do it to recharge your batteries. I usually turn off the phone and everything else around me. I really don't want to be bothered at all. But yeah, you need to recharge on a daily basis. Align your goals. Try to align your goals with who you are, with what's your personality, with what your brand is. And again, going back to what my partner told me, that you are your own brand. There is no other person like you who ever lived on earth. So we really should embrace our uniqueness and understand that what we are going through as human beings, each individual person, there is no people like us. There is no person like me. There is no person like my sister. So if you're trying to build a business and be productive, you need to align your branding with who you are, because you're going to be able to bring that much more value to people. You're going to be able to come up with that much of a better idea that is aligned with your personality. Maybe you are a creative person. Maybe you are a more precise person that you need to be dealing with numbers. Whatever it is, your business, if you're trying to build something sustainable, should really align with your values and with who you are as a person and what kind of service you're trying to bring. Okay, so this was my take on this book. This is what I felt like I learned from it. If you still have any doubts, do buy it. This is not sponsored by him in any way, but I feel like this kind of information should be shared, and I do hope that you took something good from this video, and I'll see you in my next one.